And how is it going, everyone? Welcome to Burnout, the first game in the Burnout series that, believe it or not, Burnout is a series that is mostly known for very high-octane, dramatic racing with a lot of crashes and stuff, but surprisingly the very first game in the series is not really like that. You will see in a bit. Well, you have cars to pick though. It doesn't seem like there is any stat. It just says hard, medium, or easy. I will go for hard, I guess. You can at least pick the color. I could go for red, I guess. And well, you have a Grand Prix. So it's essentially a race. Well, races. That happen on the street, but it's not really anything, crazy. I guess the crazy thing is that you can go against traffic and, you can crash and all of that. But it surprised me how seemingly, common of a racing game this is. I mean, to the point that at the beginning, if it wasn't for the fact that you're competing against other cars, it's more of a driving game like OutRun rather than a racing game. But yeah, also that guy crashed, and that's, by the way, the same. It has the same car as I have. Oh, you can drift too. Well, there are a couple of things though that are maintained in this game compared to the other ones that come afterwards. That is that you have near miss and opposite side bonuses, right? Like if you go into the reverse lane, as long as you don't crash, you will get bonus on your, on that bottom left bar that you're seeing. That's supposed to be my boost, though you cannot really use it until it's full, which is weird. It doesn't work like that in the other Burnout, but see here, only now I can use it. And as you can see, that's the other weird thing. Once you start using it, it gets fully consumed. Like it starts consuming it whether you are using it or not. You probably saw with the blur that there are times where I wasn't using it and other times where I was using it. But it's a little bit weird, and it's not the only weird thing. There's also a very long track for being the first one and having 3 laps. It's been 2 minutes and it's still the first lap, but there are 3 in total. So essentially a lot of things that, at least in the later games in the series, are not really like that. I don't particularly mind though. Okay, that's the lap 2. It's the way it works. Usually when people talk about Burnout, they don't talk about the first one, they talk about 3. In fact, that's the one that I hear everyone mention. Everyone knows how Burnout 3. The first one, I really haven't seen much of it. It's kinda, I feel like the Fallout situation. Very funny that both games ending out, but Fallout is a game that nobody really talks about the first 2. They are completely different genre than Fallout 3 and the ones that come afterwards. Everyone that says Fallout usually talks about 3. So in that regard, they are both pretty similar. They also have to keep in mind that this game is from 2001. It's a very early PS2 title. I don't know if very early, but it's early enough, so you can see that at least gameplay-wise, they were... That was my first crash. I don't know why it says money there, because I don't know what it's supposed to mean. It's like the money I lost. but there is no money meter. There is a score meter. I don't know if you will get score for crashing. It will be a little bit weird. It's kind of like the damage you caused. So is that gonna get deducted at the end or what? I don't know. Hard to tell. But more importantly, you know, it will be pretty tragic with how long these races are to not get first place. That will be very, very tragic. Something tells me that, well, if it's like the other Burnout games, it's mostly a matter of not crashing at the very end of the race. Because for the most part, these games have the typical rubber banding where all your opponents are always close to you no matter what, so as long as you don't have an accident right before the finish line, you should be fine. Should be. But I don't know how it's gonna be. I mean, I just tested like a couple of, well, not even a couple, it's like the first minute of gameplay to see how it worked. So I never really finished a race to see what happens when you finish a race, because it's called Grand Prix, but when you say Grand Prix, you mean like a lot of races, or do you just mean this one? Because you know that every game, every racing game, they always have their own concept for Grand Prix. They call Grand Prix completely different things that might not be associated with each other at all. So, I don't know. So, how was this car called? I wasn't paying attention. That's probably nothing special. I think the names are meant to be very generic. Because this is one of the racing games that doesn't really use the real life cars. They use fictional cars because, you know, they don't want to pay the rights to it. So who is behind me? Okay, so it's as I say, it seems that your opponents are always going to be close to you no matter what you do, so you don't want to get into an accident at the end of the lap, which by the way should be around here, right? Actually, is there even a place that shows you where the finish line is? Because every time that the lap has changed, it didn't really... Okay, well, it says finish. Winner! Well, there it is. Not, as you can see, not as high octane as the other game. So what do you have here? Oh, credits! And you do have insurance damage. So does that add to the score, or does that remove from the score? Yeah, that's me. Oh, damn. I guess I have competition here. It's fine. So this car is called Muscle. Is it supposed to be because of muscle car? It doesn't look like a muscle car to me. Like, it looks like a European car even. I don't know which one it's supposed to mimic. Like, by looking at it like this from the back... Okay, I guess actually, if I use my imagination a lot, this reminds me of Dodge Viper, but I will have to use my imagination a lot to pretend this is a Viper. Aside from that, it just looks like it could be like, I don't know, a Lotus or, you know, a Shower, one of those European cars, which automatically will disqualify it from being a muscle car, I guess. It's fine. Apparently you can also unlock... no, not that. You can unlock new cars. There are face-to-face events. No. Ooh, that was close. Now, pretty interesting that a game like this even has score. Well, you can tell that it has checkpoints as well, so it seems that at this point they still keep some of the arcade DNA that, you know, some racing games at this point of history have. Minus 50,000. Oh, the other guy crashed too. That was supposed to be the second place. Well, he's here now. I don't know if there is the concept of takedown in this game. Like the whole point of the later Burnout games is that against an opponent you're kinda intended to crash them against a wall or against an obstacle, and the game considers that a takedown. I don't think that exists here though. I mean, you probably can make an opponent crash, but I don't think the game will care. Probably. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Oof, that was close. The real danger here, oh, that's like one of those cars that, well, one of those trucks that is transporting propane or something like that. Well, maybe gasoline. I wonder if they are those type of explosions in this game. I know that in later Burnout games you have all sorts of stuff related to that. You have explosions of a lot of varieties. Well, and in fact you even have additional modes in those games where the whole point is getting into a big crash. I don't think this game has it though. I think that this game, the only modes I remember seeing is Grand Prix head-to-head and well, single race and time trial, I guess. I never count those. Also, how is it going, Wasabi? There was apparently some trend where they really wanted to have the word out at the end of racing games. Because yes, you have Burnout, you have Wipeout, you have Flat Out. Not sure what the idea is. Maybe it was like a running show, like, you know, one of those sorts of inside jokes between developers or something like that. Wouldn't be surprised. You never know. Wipeout is, by the way, I'm still waiting for a sale on the PS4 game. There were already sales, but they were on the lowest price, so I'm just waiting for a lowest price sale, and it's not happening. I'm a little bit bummed. The insurance money here is gonna be down the toilet. Also, that guy over too, so... Oh, well, he was there. Shame that I crashed against him like a moron. That's the second place. Oh, he's behind me. Last time, the insurance price was only 50,000. Here I'm pretty sure we're already at 200,000, if not more. No, probably even more. I still don't know what it does though. If it gives you more score, if it removes the score. Really? I thought I was just gonna briefly graze it from the side. I gotta be careful here though, because... But at least these two guys are together, which means that if they bother each other, they are gonna lose time. No, damn it. Well, I'm running out of time here, so unless that guy crashes, I might lose this race. But what happens when you... Oh, I can't stop crashing. Well, at least the guy behind me also cannot stop crashing, but the track unfortunately is gone. So that's my question. Do you need to win no matter what? Because you already saw that the Grand Prix has credits, which means that you can lose and you're gonna waste a credit to continue. So the question here is, when do you need to use a credit? When you're out of the podium? When you don't win? Because here I'm not gonna win because the race is out to be over, and I'm surprised that wasn't a crash. Yeah, the first place is gone. So what happens here? Am I dead? Is the game gonna punish me, say you suck? Apparently it says 3 credits, position second. Doesn't seem like it cared. In fact, the weird thing here is there are no points. There is no championship standing here, so... Oh, it says right there what position you require. So this one I need to be second. Yeah, sure, no problem. Crash out has a different meaning, but apparently you're taking it literally. It's pretty hard to avoid crashing in a game like this. Especially because here I think it's a lot more sensitive than in the following Burnout. In the following Burnout games, when you are going in the direction of the traffic, if you hit a traffic car from behind, it's like you just hit, I don't know, a piece of paper. Like they immediately fly after you hit them, and you obviously don't have any issues with that. The only difference is if you do that against a very big truck. In that case it counts as a crash, but outside of that yeah, for example that one, that will have just have you keep going without any issues. Yeah. Oh, also, just like I mentioned in Discord, apparently today marked 3 years since I've been streaming every single day. I have a 3-year everyday streak going on. So that's nice. It's just that I don't think I care too much about it. It might seem like something impressive, but I don't really think it's that impressive, really. I think that it's something that... Wow. That was a jump scare. I think it's something that if you make it part of your routine, it's not particularly hard to do, And I do make it part of my routine, so... I'm on dead last place here. Understandable after so many crashes. But yeah. I think that when it comes to doing something special for those type of dates, I think I'd rather not. I'd rather just play whatever I want to play. As I was also saying, it's funny. The game is called Burnout, and you know that Burnout is also a word that people use for when you get completely stressed out and tired about something, or doing it too much, or whatnot. So it's funny because here it could be fitting. It could be fitting assuming I got tired of the streaming, but I didn't. I still like to stream. So for the time being, there is no relation between the name of this game and my current streaming situation, right? That's cool. But you never know, like, burning out on something is something that can always happen at any time. So it could happen to me too. but not yet. And I think that it won't happen as long as I keep having new games to play, because I say this multiple times, but the main reason why I stream is because I will be playing this off stream anyways, you know? Like games like this one will be something that I obviously will play on my own eventually. So at that point, why not just stream it, right? So as long as that keeps being the case, as long as there are still games I want to play, and assuming that, you know, nothing bad happens where I'm like that something prevents me to stream. Wow, that wasn't a crash by a miracle. Yeah, as long as that doesn't happen, I don't see any reason to not stream. But it will just keep happening. At least I will be able to say that I reached the grand total of 3 years of a streak, which 3 years is quite a long time, you know, when it comes to stuff like this. I think that it's a very nice thing. And so this guy can overtake. Get on. Yeah, I don't think this game has takedowns, because that would have counted as a takedown in later Burnouts, but it didn't count here, so I guess not. Alright, so we won the Grand Prix then, right? Oh, and that was a PB, well, PB, I mean a record, and also a PB, but I guess it's the first time I do it, so obviously it's gonna be a PB. So, Journeyman Grand Prix has been completed, which means that you unlock a Grand Prix, a face-off event, and 3 tracks. Which, are they the one that I played? Maybe? Or maybe the ones from the other. Wait, didn't you say you unlock a head-to-head? Maybe it's in special? No. Oh, face-off. Maybe I confused it with that. Face-off and head-to-head are 2 different things. Okay, well, in that case, what am I facing off against? Roadster? In Twilight Harbor. Actually, here my question is... Well, I guess I could see how this is. Like, is this a 1 lap? No, it's 3 laps. Well, a little bit too late now because I'm already here, but... I think the most fitting thing to do will be probably to do all the championships first and then worry about the face-offs. So for what I understand, if you manage to win this race, you can unlock this car, the Roadster. Ah shit. It's gonna be hard to win like this though, I'm afraid. Okay, something tells me that this one might not be as easy as the Grand Prix races, not to mention that here there aren't too many results, you know, you either get first or last. It's a 1v1. But actually, this track is supposed to be one of the ones that's probably gonna play on the next Grand Prix. It's not one of the ones I played. Oh, nice maneuver. Fuck. Well, at least I didn't really catch him there. I wonder if he can even crash. So far he went through multiple situations where it might have seemed that he actually crashed, but he didn't. So maybe he is immune to crashes. And if you wanna win, you gotta do it like in a legit way. This track is also quite messed up as well, so at this point, instead of holding the accelerator all the way, you kinda have to play with it a little bit. Okay, so it seems that he cannot get into accidents, right? Because right there it feels like he stopped to like 0 speed, but he was still active instead of being like in a ragdoll state, for lack of a better word, I guess. So I'm not sure. It also seems that on average, it seems like the laps on every track are gonna be 2 minutes. That's pretty interesting because 2 minutes is something that tends to be quite long even for some real life tracks. I guess these are not really tracks like they are not circuits. They are supposed to be fully urban landscapes. Ah, shit. I think there is not taking this guy down. You have to outspeed him. It's something that is a lot easier said than done, because he is quite fast. He's most likely on the left lane here. But it seems that crashing against the wall is not as bad as crashing against another car. Like crashing against the wall seems like it maybe not even, it doesn't even trigger a crash. I think that you can use it as, you know, the classic Gran Turismo strat of using the walls in urban circles. Oh, okay, yeah, he can crash, because that was a crash. So this guy is not immune to crashes at all. But I still think that this will be a very hard race to win. In fact, I don't have the confidence that I will win this. Not at least on this attempt. Maybe on some other one, some other time. But you can see that he gets pretty close. See, if this was the final lap, I would have lost, because that's the finish line. So I'm gonna save the boost for last, I guess. Nice crossing the road more. I think that saving the boost for last is the best thing I can do, since it's the thing that matters the most. Like, you have to be at the... You have to be ahead of him at the end. The rest of the race is more or less a filler. Obviously, it's important that you don't get into accidents to avoid, you know, having this guy be too ahead of you. But for the most part, it's the ending that matters the most, so I'm saving that for the end. I have no clue how I didn't crash there. But here comes my homie, the roadster. Yeah, he's there. It's right there. Ready for trouble. Shit, that's fine. Oh, he got an accident, okay. I cannot rely on that. I have to rely on driving well. If he gets into an accident, he can very easily go back up like nothing happened. Instead worry... Oh shit, he's there. Okay. Might need to start with the boost, but not until I see the section I know. Which might be even this one, right? It is this one. Okay, time for boost. Got him. Got him. Nice. Well, give me that roadster. Give it to me. I earn it. Where is it? Yeah, that's me. Nice time. Oh wait, I don't care about that. I want the roadster. So hand it over. There you go. Car unlock roadster. Nice. So I'm assuming head-to-head is simply versus another player, which is the reason why it's grayed out. Because yeah, the rest, single race and time attack are, you know, very normal. So what's roadster? Apparently it counts as medium. I'm gonna keep with the muscle until I find another one that is hard though. That's the thing. Hold up. No, I think I want to experience different cars. I don't really know what medium or hard mean. It's not really the difficulty of the game though. Like apparently, I think the game tries to be like, this is like the difficulty of the car, how hard it is to use it. But that's also weird. It's like, I don't think there's that much difference between the handling of these cars, right? Well, I mean, there is differences, yes. I can already tell this one handles quite differently from the previous one, but seems to be for the most part. I mean, that's irrelevant. It's pretty nice to handle. There is difference. Sorry, there are differences between the cars. So very weird. I think that this is the first game that I see that the only description you have for cars, aside from obviously the name, is that it says just the difficulty of driving it. Usually, when you have stats for cars in racing games, it tells you stuff like, you know, top speed, acceleration, strength, stuff like that. But here it just says easy, medium, or hard. That's very weird. A little bit weird. I don't know. I can definitely notice the difference. Essentially, I think the biggest difference is that the muzzle as a car, what it does is that when you're going too fast and you try to steer, it starts drifting automatically. This one, it seems that it's very adverse to drifting. It seems that it barely does that. To be a more, you know, novice-friendly car, I guess. But it's an unlockable. It seems that there's always one path at the end of each lap that goes off-road. I ended up going off track there. Well, in fact, that's something that I kinda remember from a Burnout Revenge, which is the Burnout game that I played on PS2. That game had a lot of off-road sections. Also, what the fuck is this music? That's one thing that I haven't really commented on, but the music in this game is not usually what you will see in a racing game. In my experience, what I've seen in racing games is that you either have rock, metal, electronic music, or, well, that includes Eurobeat, I guess, if we're talking about Initial D. But this one is orchestral music. Like, sure, but it just seems a little bit weird. Which, by the way, speaking of orchestral music, let me know if the sound is too loud. I mean, a little bit too late for saying that, I guess, but if it's too loud, let me know. I hope it isn't. I think it should be mostly fine. I wanted to go in between the two and I couldn't. Unfortunately, the guy... Oh, never mind. I actually respawned super ahead of the guy behind me. Pretty nice. Oh, so that was weird, right? It was like a weird transition in the music. Or maybe it was part of the song. Maybe that's the way the music loops in this game. They didn't really have a very nice loop at all. So they just have that weird sound effect when it's about to loop to try to dissimulate. It would be pretty funny. Ooh, that was close. So that's the finish line. That was nice. Very weird, that song. There is no doubt about that. Extremely weird, even. That was a bad time, yeah. But it's fine. Who cares how the times here? Second place required here. I wonder, well, I'm assuming in the later Grand Prix you're gonna be required to get first place, most likely. Oh, and this is, by the way, the same track that I went against the Roadster. And, well, the one that let me unlock it. Yeah, I think for the sake of variety, actually, doing a face-off right after a championship might be the right call, actually. Because here, for the next Grand Prix, since I would like to use another car, it would be nice to be a car that I unlock. It's just that I don't know how hard the head-to-heads become, because I think that the one with the Roadster was not easy at all. Like, I was able to win on the first try, sure. That doesn't mean much. So, am I going crazy, or was there a game that I played recently that was... Well, no, so to say, a game that had traffic that you had to dodge, but no, it was just F-Zero, and the traffic is basically supposed to be the lap cars, so yeah, I guess not quite traffic in itself. Also, there's something pretty funny I'm noticing. If you look at the rear lights, you will see that the turning lights actually get lit up anytime that you have to change the road that you're going to. Like, I don't know if... Like right there, for example, right? You have the left turning light blinking, and now the right one. And it's like... with how much you are not respecting the driving laws here. Why do you even bother with the turning lights? Like, it's like, yeah, I might be going at illegal speeds. I might be crashing against random innocent, you know, traffic people, right? But hey, at least I use my turning lights because I'm a gentleman. You know, that's actually pretty funny. I wonder if they made it on purpose, like as a joke, right? Because as a joke, it's pretty funny. Well, it can also be to help the player, because I mean, you can see that there is an arrow that shows up on the screen at the same time that you have to turn, and that the turning lights blink. So I think it's simply a help for the player. Still a little bit weird, if you ask me. Ooh, that was very close. In fact, I don't remember the previous car that I used that it had turning lights. Maybe it did, but I think I never paid attention to them. Probably. There's a church and everything here. But they also don't tell you the places that this is supposed to take place on, because they're supposed to be fictional places. I mean, everything about this game is fictional. And they kept it that way the whole time. Like, I don't think they ever made a reference to a real life location or brand. I guess in a game like this it makes sense. You wanna go crazy with the crashes and with the dangerousness of it all. I mean, it's kind of the same reason why in Grand Theft Auto, even though the cities are based on real life cities, they don't really name them. So yeah, it's understandable. I almost dodged him, but not quite. The problem is that my opponent's there. Oh, the two of them. Ah, fuck. I almost dodged it. Almost. But I'm still first. So, another thing that you can notice here is that when you crash, your boost meter goes down. Not all the way down, but it's like you lose like a fourth of it. So there is a penalty, aside from obviously just wasting time, right? Ah, shit. That's fine, that's fine. I don't know how I didn't fully lose control of that, but I didn't. Okay. Nice. So I guess there's only one more remaining in this championship, and is it gonna be first place required or what? How is it gonna be? I wonder. It actually will. Seems like an interesting track. Look at all those straight lines. In fact, it doesn't have a single curvature, right? You have all 90-degree turns, but not more than that. Interesting idea, I guess. You know what this reminds me a lot of a track in Metropolis Street Racer. I remember it being one of the final ones that show up. Well, not really one of the final ones, but I just remember that it appeared at the end in a very specific race that I remember being quite hard. Man, if only the Xbox emulator wasn't such shit. I could also play the Gotham racing games, but I can't. Like, I'm not joking. The other day, I tried opening Semu, which is supposed to be the Xbox emulator, and it's like the fans on my computer were getting ready for takeoff. I really feel like it was like a plane about to take off. That's absolutely crazy. Keep in mind that, for example, this is a PlayStation 2 game, but I think it also released in GameCube and maybe in Xbox 2, but the point is that this version is the PS2 version. Oh, hold up. I just realized something. Did you see that it says Burnout on the bottom of the screen? It's because when you start using the boost, if you don't stop all the way until the end, it gives you a burnout bonus and it recharges like almost half of it. But that's pretty useful. But it's that it's a very suicidal thing, because like, good luck trying to, you know, trying to not get fucked when you're fully accelerating like that. Anyways, I got distracted. I was about to say that this is the PS2 version, and you can see, well, I mean, you cannot see how my computer is behaving, but my computer is as silent as it could possibly be. It's like I'm running a native game. It's like I'm running a native PC game with how well it works, you know? So my issue with that is, if it's the same generation, because, you know, Xbox and PS2 are from the same generation, the question is, why will it require so many more resources to run the Xbox emulator? Well, the answer is that simply I think there is just not enough interest from the developers to make something optimized yet. It's fucked up considering that the Xbox, the original Xbox, it's if I'm not mistaken, almost 25 years old console. And even after all that time, it's still not something that you can emulate properly. So to me, that's mind-blowing. It's not like we're talking about some obscure console. It's supposed to be the start of one of the consoles that is still relevant nowadays. But no, it doesn't matter. Not enough, I guess. Whatever. At least I got the... Wow, that's by a lot. I mean, to be fair, I don't think I got a single accident here. Not to mention I was able to do the burnout like that. Okay, we got another face-off to do. I will. Well, yeah, we can use the Roadster, obviously. I don't know what track this is, but yeah, I think it's one of the new ones. Against that fucking truck. And not just any sort of truck. It's a tow truck. It's what you use to, you know, lift cars. Yeah. I mean, I look at this truck and I cannot imagine this truck being fast. I might be wrong though. But I can definitely imagine it as being heavy. Now the question is, despite being heavy like that, can it actually crash against traffic without it counting as a crash? Actually not sure. And more importantly, I'm not sure how well it will do against the AI. Like if it's faster than the AI or not. I don't know. Anything can happen. But what I do know is that for now, he's staying very well behind me, which is a little bit weird considering that the previous face-off, my opponent was constantly on my ass and also constantly overtook me, so something tells me that if I manage to unlock this tow truck, I don't think it will be a good idea to use it. Doesn't seem like it will be that good, right? Also, I'm for some reason charging the boost super fast. I don't know what's going on with that. Apparently. Oh wait, this is reverse. Yeah, I shouldn't attempt a burnout here. Not a good idea. I mean, I'm surprised I haven't crashed yet. But the most fucked up part is that... Oh, it's never mind. It's not the finish line. Okay, I think I know the reason why you charge boost so fast. It's because you're constantly going on oncoming traffic. So that is something that makes you charge it constantly. And that's a problem though. That's the first crash I got. I know where the other guy is. Oh, he's right there. He crashed me from behind there. So it seems that he is indeed a slow car. I have the feeling that picking it to use it is a horrible idea. If I want to change car for variety's sake, I probably should pick something else. And not that one. But hey, I can try, you know? I hear I'm just assuming that the car is gonna suck. But that's just an assumption. I'm judging a book by its cover. You know? Not a very nice thing to do after all. Okay, what's for sure is that you can easily see that the speed of that guy is not enough to overtake me normally. I need to get into an accident for him to properly overtake. So, even though it's reassuring that he's not faster than me, the problem is that getting into an accident right before the finish line, with how this track is, will be extremely easy. It will be super easy to get into an accident, so I'm a little bit afraid. Nice. And I'm especially afraid considering that this is also a very long race, because it's a long track. This could go very, very badly. I guess I should worry by the time that I get there. Not yet. What's pretty funny is how you can tell that the cars are spawning. They are obviously not appearing out of nowhere. They are spawning right in front of you. So far the first and the second lap, I had zero issues when it comes to not crashing on before crossing the finish line. So there is still hope. that I might not crash. Until I see it happening. I'm not gonna feel safe. Mr. Truck is still in the same place. It's a shame though, because when I had the accident, he crashed against, well, either me or the car I crashed against. And, well, that's precisely the issue. He crashed. He wasn't able to ignore the crash. Which means that it seems that he's slower for absolutely zero benefit, you know? He was at least slower but more resistant, but it doesn't appear that that's the case. Oh wow, I was... Wait, I might run out of time. I hope not. Oh, what the hell? Well, that was weird. So that's basically the game's concept of iframes. That's how iframes work in this game. You essentially are immune to crashes for a little bit after you respawn. That's also the case in later Burnout games. Right, be careful here because the finish line is right there. Do not fuck it up. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. Nice. We got the truck. Bring it on. Give it to me. Or not. Honestly, I don't think this is gonna be a good acquisition. Is it? Are you? Well, only one way to find out. So, the tow truck... Wait, it's counted as a special? So does that mean that it's like not gonna count if I pick it? Like, is it gonna count like me cheating or something? Wait, this is a single lap? I don't think that's related to the truck, right? Probably not. So, oh, the camera is a lot higher, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to see the road. Well, amazing start from this, guys. So as you can see, you can get into accidents like any other car, but the difference is that it's slower. So, what will be the benefit of using this car? Like, why will you want to use it? I'm not sure I understand the appeal. Moreover, what does it mean for the category to be special? Is it because it's especially slow? I mean, that's pretty nice, but I don't see how that will convince anyone to pick it. I think unfortunately this car might be a little bit bad. I think saying a little bit is being generous. It's mostly what I expected though, it's not like it's a surprise. I might be in need of a different car. But also calling this a car is generous, it is a truck. Yeah, that's not gonna happen with this thing. This truck is unfortunately way too slow. So, but we can pick another one, just for variety. So I could pick one of these two, right? Sport Coupe. I could pick this one, I like the way it looks. It's a shame that the colors that you have are mostly very safe picks. Like, these are the type of car colors that you will see in real life. And, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that in itself, I guess, but I would have personally preferred more exotic colors available. But yeah, you essentially have like, you know, black, white, gray, red, yellow, and blue. I guess yellow is probably the most exotic one in that regard. These are still very, very safe picks. You have like something more, you know, something spicier. So, considering that this is a single race in this Grand Prix, my question is, how long is this race gonna be? Because if you're gonna be put in place of a whole Grand Prix with multiple races, it's because I'm assuming the race itself will be very long. You can still tell that there are 3 laps, but yeah, I don't know. It also seems for now that the time of the day is always the same one, right? You essentially have a sunset and that's it. Well, maybe I did miss one that wasn't sunset, but I remember seeing that sky in most of this, you know? Also, interestingly enough, remember that I say that this game doesn't make references for real life places, but this one was called Euro something, so we already know that it's supposed to be Europe, and apparently the last one in the list says something about USA. Wait, maybe, I think I get it. I might be wrong, but does this mean that this is all the tracks from one Grand Prix joined together? I mean, now that I think about it, I feel like it will make sense. It will add on the fact that it's called Tour, and it will add on the fact that it's a single race, you know? So yeah, it might indeed be the case. This car also, by the way, has kind of like very similar physics to the muscle car. That, like, basically it drifts a lot. Like, it's impossible to take a corner without drifting. So I think in that regard, at least for now with the cars that I tried, it might appear that the Roadster is the best one. But it's too early to say, not to mention there could be a completely new car. Oh really? I was not expecting that. Wasn't expecting for the path to split like that. The one that ended up getting splitted was me. So the very big issue about this track, or rather about this race in particular, is if you lose, the amount of shit that you have to retry is quite a lot. I mean, you will have to retry the whole thing, obviously. And you can see that already one lap is above 4 minutes. So I'm a little bit afraid right here. Okay, so 4 minutes, almost 4:20. Almost 4:20 of lap time. So that means that it's a grand total of 13 minutes, the whole race. But if you lose, having to retry that will feel a little bit painful. So that guy made me crash. That yellow asshole. Like, you're asking for a beating. He's already kinda beating himself up. It's the Roadster, the yellow car. This is also a pretty chill song. I mean, I don't dislike the music from this game. It just seems a little bit inappropriate. It's like playing I don't know, a first-person shooter game and having idle music in the background. I would like it. I like that sort of songs, I guess, but in a game that you're shooting people in the face, I don't know if it's very fitting, you know? Basically it's just being hyper focused. It's quite interesting how this game is essentially like OutRun if it was a racing game. I mean, well, obviously a very big component of OutRun is that you can choose the route. Here you are not choosing shit, but I say OutRun if it was a racing game, while OutRun 2 is a racing game. My bad. But yeah, I mean a racing game. No, you know what? Never mind. Forget about what I said. You know, OutRun, if it was a racing game, yeah, it's OutRun 2. Sorry, I say something stupid. In this game, there is... Oh, I didn't mean to go there. But whatever. It's a fancier path. Wait, and I'm second place, really? Am I? Or is the first place? I don't even see the first place. What? Yeah, the one behind me is the third place, but... When did I get overtaken, even? There's something here that's not adding up. I never saw who overtook me, or was I already second all this time? Problem is that I'm not really seeing it, to the point that it's making me think that it's like on the other side of the world at this rate. I also can't stop crashing, but that's irrelevant. I want to see the first place. Okay, I think I saw it. Like in the distance there was like a red label. I think that the red label is supposed to be the first place. Problem is that he was too far. That was close. I wouldn't be surprised if when I saw it he was crossing the finish line, which is crazy because that means that he's extremely far away. And I don't know how the AI in this game works. I'm assuming that when a car is so far from you, it's not gonna be stopped by traffic cars, since the traffic cars seem to only spawn near you. So I don't know what to think about this, other than crashing. But yeah, like this is not gonna work then. Unless that guy shows up, this is clearly... Okay, you can see the first place in the distance there. It says first, well at least we spotted him, but that doesn't mean he's close. That just means that it's on your sides, but It's certainly not close. So how do I do this? I mean, especially if I keep crashing like this. Well, look, I'll tell you something. If this doesn't work out, what I can do is pick the Roadster, since we already seen that the Roadster seems to be the best car available currently. It's my best bet, because it's... in a track like this, you cannot be... Come on, that wasn't a crash. So I think that at this point, to avoid wasting time, I should already retry, because this is not gonna work. And I don't think the AI behaves in a way, like, it might have been wrong at the beginning. I don't think the AI tries to stay close to you. Not at least if they are ahead. If they are behind, maybe. Yeah, no, this is not gonna work out. Well, that was disappointing, but I need to beat that one no matter what. Okay, let me go back to the Roadster. There's nothing you can do other than picking the Euro Marathon. If you wanna progress. I just don't know when I got overtaken the first time, dude. I feel like I got scammed there. Hey, whatever. At least now I'm using a car that is good enough. So I wouldn't blame the previous car for not winning, but it's one of those cases where you want to use the best tool you have. As you can see, I can still crash, you know, despite using the Roadster. Man, had to crash in front of me. I wish the first place in the previous attempt crashed like that. I think that once an opponent gets far enough, you can pretty much forget about reaching it ever again. Just that it's the first time that you see one of them go that far. For the most part, you have them in range for the traffic cars to spawn, so they can always be stopped by traffic cars. But on the previous one, they were going so far that it seems like it was no longer possible. What sort of corner was that? Seems to be dodging pretty well, though. Yeah, at some point, kinda, when you try to go fast to reach an opponent that is ahead of you, it's pretty easy to kinda lose your focus on the traffic and basically making the whole thing worse, because you're constantly trying to get closer to the other guys, but the traffic is not gonna disappear just because of that. Okay, hits like that are essentially impossible to prevent. You get hit by something like that and good luck somehow escaping that. So in that corner that I just did, you lose an insane amount of time just trying to... If you go through the outside of the corner, in like that place with the roof. There is absolutely zero reason to do that. And that's the same accident I had in the first lap of the previous attempt. It's just that pad split is so dangerous. I mean, in real life, in the first place, you wouldn't be going through the middle of the two lanes. You would be in either of them, but not in the middle. That was so unlucky, dude. That was extremely unlucky. But at least they all crashed too, so... You ain't gonna overtake. And neither will you. Yeah, I say you won't overtake, and it means that you won't overtake. Yeah, indeed. Keep crashing against the traffic, misters. Though I do wonder how common it is to run out of time, because it hasn't happened yet, but I feel like there were enough cases where it got pretty close to that. I think that if it hasn't happened yet, probably not gonna happen later. I like here that if any of us has an accident, it's like everyone is involved in it. Wow, what the hell? Okay. That was a funny accident. He tried to close me in the corner and he instead ended up flying off the screen. Well, off track and off the screen. Okay, that's a problem. Only one of my opponents got into that accident. Bro, okay, we might be having a problem here for sure, because if that first place starts escaping, there will be no way to reach him. Okay. I need you to come back here where I can see you. No. Ooh, close. I shouldn't be going in reverse though. Not the greatest idea. At least I was able to reach the first place, so I'll take it. Okay. Now, I wonder if the other cars that you are gonna unlock are gonna count as a special, just like the tow truck, or if you're gonna have like cars like this one that are simply normal cars. Normal cars, but that are pretty good, at least compared to the other options. Wonder how it's gonna be. I don't know. Hard to tell. I almost went the wrong side there. I feel like last time, but I think I already said that, right? Like, by going to the wrong place on that corner, I probably got overtaken right there. At least for now, I'm keeping the first place. See how long it lasts. I remember the pad split here. to the final lap. Well, I mean, after this sequence here, I really hope that I don't crash on this final section. I meant before that finish. Like, crashing there wouldn't matter, even if it was the final lap. But yeah, crashing before that will be devastating, because unless I'm lucky enough that my opponents also crash there, I'm gonna lose. And losing this one again seems like it will be very bad. Losing it already once was bad enough, so losing it more than once, yeah, wow, nice. I don't think it's a good idea, personally. Oh, wait, what, did that count as an accident for the guy? No, it didn't. For the guy in first place. That's fucked up. I saw him flying. Apparently that was simply like... It was a legal maneuver, don't worry about that. Okay, though that's an issue. I need to yet again reach him. Well, to be fair... Okay, there we go. Accident. For him. What does that dollar count mean? Is that amount of property damage? Yes. If you ask me what's the point of it, I have no clue. Because I don't know if it affects score. I know that you have a count at the end that says something like insurance damage or whatever. But I don't know what that does. Maybe it's supposed to be like for one of the leaderboards or something, but... At least for the main purpose of the race, which is, well, winning the race, it doesn't seem like it serves any purpose, that it's there simply as a bonus. I do know that in following Burnout games, you have modes like the crash mode, where the idea is essentially to do as much property damage as possible. And you actually have like money objectives to beat the event, right? But in this game it seems like it's a cosmetic thing that is there because it feels like being there. If I had to take a guess, it might have been something that was meant to be more relevant, like at some point of the development cycle, and they decided against it later on, but they left it there for the lols, I guess. But rather than for the lols, because, you know, might have been too late to remove it. That's my guess. But, yeah, I don't know. All I know is that at least in the following Burnout games, it's relevant in the modes where it is relevant, of course. The race is out to come to the end, so I gotta be extremely careful right here with what I do. Don't try anything stupid. You have boost, so make sure you save it until the end. But unless you get into an accident, in which case you can essentially shove the boost up your ass, but we are not looking for an accident. Ooh, that was so fucking close. No, and that guy almost fucked me up. Okay, that's fine. We got it. Don't you worry about it. Damn, that was a tough race, without a doubt. It was a pretty tough race. But hey, I got it. It's what matters. So yeah, as you can see there, it says insurance damage. I don't know if it adds to the total score or what it is about, but... Oh yeah, see? Biggest crashes, you have it there as a thing. It's like a leaderboard that is there because it feels like being there, but... Seems that it doesn't have much more than that. Worst drivers? Fuck you. Damn. You don't want to win the leaderboard for worst driver. Okay, what did I unlock? So I unlocked survival and, well, a lot of tracks plus a championship. So I want to see what survival is. If it's like in the other Burnout games, it's the typical mode. Yeah, well, basically it's like single race, but everyone gets eliminated after a specific time. Let me check it on this one. I'm not gonna bother obviously doing it, but... Wait a second, where are the other cars? Maybe it's something else? Unless survival means not crashing? Is that what it is? That shouldn't be hard to do in a track like this, but in the other tracks... I mean, considering that I have no opponent, that's very clearly what it means. Hold up. Let me get into an accident on purpose. Wow. Yeah, exactly. It says game over the moment you get into an accident. Essentially, you're supposed to complete 3 laps without crashing once. Well, that's pretty interesting. I was expecting the usual survival mode where in every certain amount of time the last guy on the guy on the last position gets eliminated, but no. That's pretty cool. I mean, I'm not gonna play it, but it's cool that it exists. This is the other car that I haven't used, the Saloon. We'll use it in black, for example. Savage Streets. Well, that one is like an easy one. Game over, yeah. Now, we're not playing Sega Rally Championship. So it will be nice to be playing that game. I think that there won't be a time where I think of Sega Rally Championship and I don't think, damn, what an amazing game. What an amazing game. But you know, we're in Burnout. Slightly different. Well, you can tell that in this game the UI is pretty amateur. I mean, like that gigantic game over legend, or simply the thing that says finish when you reach the finish line. It's very, very rough. So what is about this car that makes it so weird to accelerate? It feels like it's extremely slow. You know what, I have a feeling that I will have to use the Roadster until the end of times, because these cars don't seem to be up to the task at all. But we will see. I mean, for now, this car doesn't go faster than 130 miles per hour, it seems. I don't remember what was the top speed of the Roadster either. And everyone crashed there, nice. Okay, maybe this car is not gonna be that bad. At least when it comes to handling. Actually, that's the thing. When it comes to handling, this thing doesn't drift. So that's a good thing, right? But the problem is that it also has a very hard time steering. It actually struggles a lot with steering, so if there is one of those corners that is very sharp, you have to hit the brakes, no matter what. You have to hit those brakes. So it's basically one of those that is... It comes with an advantage that at the same time comes with a disadvantage. So it kinda evens out, right? It's a way to balance it. And after all, the Roadster being a superior car, I think it makes sense considering that it's a car that you are meant to unlock, you know? I think that in that regard, it should be well balanced. I do wonder if the remaining two cars to unlock in face-off, if they are gonna be better than the Roadster, or if they are gonna be show cars like the tow truck. I don't know. Hard to tell. That was my fault. I used the boost there for zero reason, basically. There was absolutely no reason to boost. It's just that I kinda... Oh, you have to be shitting me. Okay. I need to start being careful. Oh, never mind. Got the first place escape, but he's right there. He's right there, though he's escaping as we speak. But it's fine, don't worry about it. He's not that far. And this track is not supposed to be hard, so... Yeah, keep it cool, you can do it. Yeah, see, he even got into an accident, so... Ooh, that was very close. Man, I gotta say that this game really pumps up your adrenaline a lot when a car is about to crash into you and you just dodge it. It's very cool. Okay. No, wait, that's the... Wow, what a moron. I went the wrong way for some reason. Well, thankfully, I only lost a little bit of time, but it wasn't anything out of the ordinary. Not to mention that the second place wasn't even close, so there wasn't that much of a chance of losing the race, you know. Okay, nice. Oh, there is a Saloon GT. Damn, the leaderboards are spoiling me the cars that I can unlock, so apparently one of the unlockable cars is this one, but specifically crafted for racing, I guess. But I'm looking forward to it. I certainly am. Oh. Okay. I think that truck, that pickup truck that shows up there, that's the same one that you can choose right now, right? I think that that's supposed to be one of the unlockable cars. I think it is the one that... essentially the other car that is inside of the hard category. I think it's that one. Wow, the fact that you didn't get into an accident there is a miracle in itself. No. It's what I say. Those interactions, dude, are absolutely full of adrenaline. They really, really are. Absolutely filled with adrenaline. Unfortunately, when you fail to dodge, doesn't feel pretty nice. Okay, I had a lot of time to dodge that, but I couldn't decide if I wanted to go right or left. My bad. Nice. Tried to steer, but I couldn't do it. Oh, and we are already off-road? Okay. Some of these respawns are a little bit weird. Like, you respawn ahead of where you crashed, but I feel like that one was wide ahead of where you crashed. It's just a little bit weird. Fucking asshole. That one was basically a blind turn. There was not much I could have done there. Oh, this weird ass song again. God damn it. Definitely raises the tension, though I also feel like this song is louder than the other ones. Maybe I'm wrong, but it sounds louder to me. Maybe it's simply the instrument that makes it sound louder. Asshole. But keep in mind here that the required position to pass is second place. You don't need to win this race. The next one, though, I will assume that you will need to win it. And we will worry about that whenever it happens, not right now. Right now, this is the one we have to worry about. You can tell in corners like that that this car definitely struggles the steering. He tries its best, but it just struggles a little bit. No. Huh. Well, you caused the accident for both of us. I hope you're happy about that. Fucking asshole. Damn it, dude. And the truck just continue like nothing happened. Yeah, that's an issue because this position is not enough, you know. Not enough to pass the championship. I will need to get back there as quickly as possible. Oh. Mr. Truck got into an accident. So too bad for him. Thankfully that one didn't count as an accident. So for what I understand, it seems like the accidents are purely about you going at a certain or above a certain speed and crashing against a car. But if you're going slow enough, it's not an accident, so that's what happened there. I'm most likely not winning this one, but I don't need to. As long as I remain second place, yeah, that's gonna be the finish line. But yeah, that's enough to pass through the next race, so worry not. We are still there. Okay, so is this gonna require first place? It will. Midnight run. Well, we can only pray. I don't know what might happen. It's the middle of the night though, so visibility might be reduced. Might be. There was not a single place where you could cross there without getting into an accident. If you went to the left of that bus, you would have crashed against the cars stopped there. And if you went to the right, you would just hit the bus. So that was meant to happen. Now, the position here is not that bad, but the main issue is that the first place is nowhere to be seen. So, oh, that's the wrong side. I'm a moron, dude. Come on, dude. Grandpa reactions. What are you doing? So this is supposed to be one of the sections of that Euro tour. Like, yeah, it's one of those. That's pretty nice. However, where is the first place? That is still an issue. Ooh, I'm glad that that wasn't an accident. I see it in the distance, but it's very far into the distance. Okay. I recognize at least this place, so I do know where the. I mean, the end of the lap is the same end as the tour thingy. The difference here is that in the tour you went left instead of going right. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. He's at least within my... He's on my sides. For the time being... Oh, accident! Okay. See, that went well. And yes, adrenaline went up. Correct. My adrenaline went quite high right there. Also, I don't know why the symbol that shows up is the one of a roundabout instead of just telling you to go right. Because yes, I understand it is a roundabout, but how is that information relevant to me? All I need to know is that I need to go to the right. The fact that it's a roundabout is irrelevant. It's like saying, oh look, we are about to pass the Justice Palace. Yeah, okay, nice. Say hello to the shadows for me. But yeah, that doesn't help me know where I have to steer, you know? Alright, well, on the right side... No! What an asshole. I should have anticipated and went left, but that was a gamble. Could have worked the same way, it could have not worked. At that distance, it's very hard to tell. Right, at least the first place is very close. As long you keep... Oh! See, that guy did not anticipate the crossroad either. Too bad. Okay, keep it cool. That was impossible to guess. An absolute blind corner. Wait a second, that's bad. This is the same thing that happened on the Euro thingy. The first place is nowhere to be seen, even though he was not that far. So is there a shortcut that I don't know about? Because it's the exact same thing that happened there. Like in that same place. There is something fishy about that corner. Something ain't right. Promise that here, like even activating boost, this guy is not anywhere to be seen, so... Yeah, this is not gonna be... What an asshole. Well, now it's not gonna be a victory. If it wasn't before, even less now. At least we have credits, I think. So we have 3 credits to try again, but then... I got scammed though. It's pretty clear I got scammed. Maybe it's a legitimate bug. If you have an accident on that corner, you know, whatever car was behind you suddenly boost all the way up. We still have 3 credits, no problem. So this place is gonna end up giving me PTSD at this rate. You know the amount of times that I failed? Well, the amount of times was only 2. But the point is that that's too many. That's way too much. I was seeing that bus, but what do you want me to do? There is absolutely nothing I could have done, but now I feel like I have to retry right now, because the first place has basically run away like it's nothing, and I don't think I'm reaching him. Yeah, we might just be bone right now. Yeah, this has to be a retry. That's gonna take a credit though, but I think that with such a bad start it's better to just not waste time, you know. I'm a little bit afraid though, because I can only do one more attempt and then we are out of attempts. And that will mean restarting from the first race in this Grand Prix. And that wouldn't be very nice. That would indeed be very bad. So, this bus is not gonna hit me again. I wonder if the traffic is static. Seems like quite a coincidence for that thing to show up twice like that. Oof, that was extremely close. Oh, man, I'm essentially protected by a guardian angel right now. I really am. Wonder for how long though. This truck refuses to crash. It's dodging everything perfectly. Your luck is gonna run out. I don't know when, but it has to. It has to run out. There you go. Oh, well, yeah. That unscapable. Absolutely unscapable. That's fucked up. Unfortunately, someone else took the first place. Well, the truck is right next to me right now, so this is still a problem, but yeah. Now we gotta stop that guy in first. Oof. Okay, well that's interesting. What about the crossroad here? Okay, the crossroad didn't get me. The second one almost got me, but don't worry about it. Oh, what an asshole. What the hell? Are you for real? I didn't even know that you could do something like that. In another Burnout game, that would have been a takedown. That wouldn't have been just, you know, making you face the opposite direction. That would have been a straight up takedown. Oh, speaking of which, oof. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it, obviously. How could I not take it? Also, I know that you wrote something, Wasabi, but unfortunately, if I take my eyes off the screen right now, a catastrophe is gonna happen. Like, this is the type of game where you cannot take your sights away. Though I don't know if it's the game itself, but rather this track. This track, with the amount of crossroads and the amount of traffic in general that it has, and even more so considering that the stakes are so high right now with the lack of credits, like, I cannot have my sights leave the screen right now. I need to see. But yeah, just hold on for like 2 more minutes. Well, 2 minutes and 10 seconds if I had to make a better calculation. Damn it, fuck. I mean, on the right side here, these guys don't have too much place to run away. They didn't even overtake me. Right. This crossroad. Okay, fine, but almost not so fine. I mean, the interesting thing about the traffic is that these are not static obstacles. These are obstacles that are constantly moving. So it's not just that you have to dodge what you're seeing. You have to calculate where the obstacle is gonna be by the time that you go there. That's what makes it so hard. Wait, and again, the same thing happened. Look at that position too. So there is a shortcut somewhere. Either a shortcut or a bug. Because it's the second time that this happens. Yeah, but what do you want me to do there? Like, just take the L? I mean, it's the only thing I can do. Yeah, but that's insane. Like, I'm gonna lose for no reason. I mean, I don't know how to react to that. I don't know if it happens on that corner or if it happens earlier, but by the time I check my position, I'm already second despite no one overtaking me, so I don't know how to react to that. I think that it has to be a bug. I mean, what else could it be? I don't think this is the type of game that has shortcuts like that in the first place, so I'm not sure what happened there. And you will be blocked from the finish line by the Guardian Devil. Yeah, I guess the Guardian Devil is what made that guy... I don't even know who got first. So how am I supposed to deal with that? Like, you don't deal with that. Like, you get fucked. Well, that's... I really don't know what to do then. Like, should I keep them all constantly in my sights? It's the only way to deal with it. And even then, it's something that you only keep one of them in your sights, like, but maybe not the other ones. The one thing that I think that might be happening is that maybe they are crashing and the respawn is setting them further. It really is the only thing I could think of. No, see here. See that they already went to position 2, so it's in that same spot. There has to be a shortcut they are taking. But I don't know what to do. Like, I mean, it's... If it is a shortcut and not a bug, then it clearly is a shortcut and not an intended way, because you can see that the other AI is with me. So I knew that there was something fishy about this. So there's nothing I can do here, like I just gotta accept defeat. That's fucked up, I guess. Will I ever be able to reach that first place though? I feel like I cannot. That's so fucked up. I mean, at least right now I don't see the first place anywhere, and surprisingly it doesn't seem to be trying to get any closer, so I legitimately don't know what's the deal with this. I mean, I don't know if how was that an accident, dude? You're full of shit. But no, I mean, here, what I think that is a waste of time is to continue, because what else will you even be doing here? I guess one thing I could try seeing is if I see any shortcut, like maybe, I don't know, going here? No, because that's solid. That's not an indication, that's a wall. Like, it's not a suggestion to not go there, you cannot go there. But what other place do you even have? Like, the only weird thing about this corner is that you can go outside of the street to avoid traffic, but that's it. So it is a bug, but I mean, hold up. There is a problem. That bug is preventing me from proceeding, from progressing. So that will be a very bad bug, you know? So what am I supposed to do? I just take the L? I just pray that the game doesn't bug, or what? Because, you know, the second place is here, but like the first place just disappears. In fact, I even wonder if the first place is still driving. Maybe the first place already crossed the finish line because it's that bug. Because it's not normal. Here's the thing. These guys, despite how much I crash, the third and second place are still in my sights constantly. But the first place, I don't even see it far from me. I don't see him. It's like he doesn't even exist. So I don't get it. I mean, I have to quit the race because I'm clearly not gonna reach him. I'm just wasting my time, but... Well, I'm disappointed because it's a bug that doesn't let me progress. I'm gonna pick the Roadster though, because if we're gonna have to deal with something hard, I gotta pick the best car available, but that's not about being hard or not, that's bugged. So that's super fucked up. Well, should have tested the game a little bit more, don't you think? Very weird. If it is a bug, that's one of the weirdest bugs I see in a racing game. Because you know, a lot of bugs in racing games tend to be very basic shit, like, I don't know, leaping through a wall, or like falling off the ground, or stuff like that, right? But something like this, where an opponent just magically goes in first place with no explanation and there's nothing you can do about it, I never seen something like that before. Man, come on. Can you please not? Well, here getting second place is enough to win. And that, if in that final race, getting second place was enough, I wouldn't have any issues, because as bullshit as it is to lose like that, at least it lets me progress, but it's effectively blocking my progress with nothing that I can do about it, so it's like, you know, what do you want me to do? There's essentially nothing I can do there if that bug happens again. Essentially just have to accept it. Well, that is a shame, indeed. That is a shame, because I think that counts as game-breaking bug, right? Usually when you think of game-breaking bugs, you think of shit like soft locks or stuff that just makes the game crash. But this one, considering that it doesn't let you progress at all, it might as well be a game-breaking bug. But we will see, maybe we're lucky this time. I mean, after all, I think it's the same logic that happened in the Euro Tour, which, by the way, I guess I gotta say that I got very lucky with the Euro Tour being able to win it the way I did. So also keep in mind that the way that one attempt that I lost was also bullshit, because it was the same bug. So I remember being on the same corner and looking at the position, and suddenly I was second place with no explanation whatsoever. So, or at least I think that's how it was. Maybe I'm confusing things, but I think it was like that. Oh well. The only thing I can do right now is keep trying. I cannot do anything else. The only thing is just keep on going and, well, try your best. What a weird ass bug though. And of course, if it's not a bug, I would like someone to tell me what happened if it's not a bug. If it's not a bug, it has to be a shortcut. And I did not see any shortcut. Like, shortcuts were not a thing on that place, on that area. I guess that you learn something new every day, right? You can always be surprised by new shit. Things that previously you thought that will not happen, and they happen. Now the issue here is that I'm about to lose. Because the race is about to be over. Well, not quite. It will be at the 5 minute and something mark, so there is still time. But I am starting to doubt. Okay, that's nice. Keep in mind here that you don't need to win. You just need to get second place. Okay, that's enough. Nice. Good. It's even worse that the race where that bug happens is the final one. That's what makes it hurt even more. For what reason? Couldn't you have made it the first race in the championship? No, it's the very last one. So that way, if the bug happens, you have to waste the most optimal amount of time. That's the thing, it's an optimal time waste. Very fucked up though. Now I'll tell you something. If I win with this car in this championship attempt, outside of another car that I might unlock, I'm not picking any other car ever again. I'm staying with the roadster until the end. But yeah, the only exception are cars that I unlock, which I'm assuming there's only 2 remaining ones, so yeah, that I guess. You know how it will be a lot more transparent to see what the AI is doing if there was a minimap? But surprisingly, despite the tracks actually having a layout when they get presented, you can see the layout, there is no minimap on the UI. Well, that's also the case in the following Burnout games. You don't have a minimap, well, except for Burnout Paradise. I think that game has a minimap, but that's because it's supposed to be an open world game. You have a minimap simply to know where to go. And Burnout Paradise was such a fantastic game. It really was. That game was very good. On the PS3. I remember playing that game quite some time. I think that was around the time where open world games were starting to get popular. It was around the time where games like Far Cry were on their beginning, so a lot of people at that point loved the concept of open world. They still do though. The amount of games that release that are open world is staggering. It's not a bad thing. It's just personally I'm not fond of open world games. It's just that in this case, being a racing game, I think that when it comes to racing games, I'm willing to forgive everything. And making it open world is not something that will prevent me from enjoying a racing game. Definitely not at all. The racing games are my thing. I cannot get mad at them, no matter what. very close. At least the good thing is that these tracks are relatively short, at least compared to the first ones. So now that I look at it, looking at the roadster speed, it's not supposed to really be faster than the other car, the Saloon, right? That car reached 130 miles per hour, but I think that what makes this car superior is that it has both better acceleration and better handling. That's what makes this one so good. So I'm pretty sure that the acceleration of the Saloon was extremely bad, and the handling also was not good, so despite having better top speed, it's not that important when the other attributes are the way they are. Ah, that sucks. I couldn't see you, obviously. Someone crashed behind, that was pretty funny. I couldn't see it, but I heard it. I think that's the funniest thing, right? There is an accident that you cannot see, but you can hear the impact. I mean, funny in games like this, not in real life, obviously. In real life, hearing car accidents is always very scary. Because you know that most times there is someone that died. And that's never a nice thing to think about. Whatever. What I need to not die here is the game. So please don't get bugged again, and please don't put someone in first that shouldn't be in first. So maybe, as I was saying earlier, the legit strategy here is trying to stay behind them. The problem is that at some point you obviously don't want to be behind them. You want to be in front of them. Well, not to mention that here's the thing. What if one of the guys behind you are the ones that get bugged? That would be bad. See, for example, here, I don't know if the first place already got bugged or not. What if the first place is already like so extremely far that you are not gonna see him? Well, right now I'm not seeing him. Yeah, I'm actually not seeing him at all. But then the moment you lose contact is the moment you lose by default, no matter what you do. That's fucked up. I'm still gonna keep going just to see if I see him here. Because here you can always see, okay, you can see him there, so this is still not in a non-reachable place for now. Never know when that's gonna change. Yeah, I was about to say, you want to keep him in your sights at all times, right? But at some point, that cannot be the case. Because at some point, you need to win, obviously. How are you gonna win if they are ahead of you? I don't think it's the best idea, but I cannot really think anything else to combat the bug, assuming it's a bug. At least here I can clearly see both of you right in front of me. That was very close though. Okay, he got into an accident, but that might be an issue in itself. No, it's fine. We're fine for now. The problem is that there is still one more lap remaining. I might need to purposely sandbag here. I might actually need to slow down simply to see them. Of course, it could be that the bug doesn't happen and we are all fine, but I have my doubts. I have my big doubts about that. At least for now, we keep the lead. I have a feeling that if I keep going like this, by the time that I reach that place, I'm suddenly gonna be second and I will lose. How far are they, I wonder? Okay, it's not that far, but do I really want to slow down? Well, no, that's an easy question to answer. I don't, but it feels like I might need to. I'm gonna pay attention to the position thingy to see when it changes, assuming it happens again. For now I'm still in first. Okay, for now I'm still in first, and that wasn't the case back then. So if there was any bug, it should have passed. And by have passed, I mean that it should, not happen again. I also want to pray that this track is not gonna show up again. It's a shame because I don't dislike the track, but if it's prone to that bug, well, what do you want me to do, right? Hey, it seems that we didn't get the bug this time. Well, nice. That also means that I'm not letting the Roadster go anymore. The Roadster will stay. So unless I unlock another car and it turns to be better than this one, I'm not changing the Roadster. The Roadster stays with me. Because yeah, at this point it's not just a good car, but it's even a luck amulet, Alright, so you unlock a new face-off, I'm assuming, as well as the next Grand Prix? Yeah, correct. Alright. Wait, Twilight Grand Prix? Wasn't that something that we already did? Maybe not. I face-off. Against... who? Okay, the Saloon shit is the one I was mentioning, like the racing version of the Saloon. Would have liked to make it a mirror match, like with the regular Saloon, but nah. I made up my mind that I stay with the Roadster here. The Roadster is my friend. Well, not to mention that even with the Roadster, it seems that this car is faster than me. And this is the fastest car I have, so... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. It's shit. Okay. That's a promising start, but that car does seem to be faster than I am, so that means that I gotta be careful. But I'm not seeing, but I don't see him behind me right now. Oh, doesn't look like it. Alright. We keep going then. I'm starting to see him. Keep in mind that it's not just the fact that in the face-off you have to have your opponent constantly on your ass. It's also the fact that, because I mean, you had that Tau track race where he only overtook when I had an accident. So at the same time, this guy is not overtaken. So he's either, I mean, he's there, but maybe he's not really faster. And also, another weird thing I just realized. I'm going at 133 miles per hour with this car right now. That means that the top speed of the Saloon wasn't even faster, it was just, I guess depends on the track. Well, maybe depending on the surface you go faster or not, of course. Well, I guess the top speed fully depends on whatever track you're driving on. What the hell? Did you see that guy rubber band? Pretty sure I saw him rubber banding. Come on, dude, you're supposed to dissimulate. Yeah, he's very clearly rubber banding. That's pretty funny. Hey, come on, dude. Hey, I'm not against you rubber banding, but you just gotta do it better than that. So otherwise the player is not gonna believe that you are driving normally. I mean, obviously because you aren't, but you gotta keep the illusion, bro. But yeah, so far he's not overtaking at all, so damn. Well, I don't know what to say. Get fucked, I guess. So it's important that I don't get into any accident though, because the moment I get into an accident, that's where I lose the lead, obviously. Hey, don't get into an accident, right? Simple as that. Just drive cleanly. But not to mention, this track is probably one of the easiest tracks in the game. If not the easiest track in the game. I don't think there is a track that is easier than this one. I mean, these are mostly straight lines. The only thing that you have some corners, but the corners are usually very, you know, angular as well. So very, very straightforward. Nice. Because the thing about the corners being angular is that it allows you to do drift like this with not much trouble at all. Tim, you got demolished, Mr. Saloon. I would be a little bit ashamed if I were you. So we're gonna unlock it just like that. It seems like the Roadster might have been the best car. Like, it's not getting better than this. I still want to try it though. I mean, I unlock it and now I want to see it. So the Saloon GT counts as a hard car. Looks pretty cool though. I mean, it kind of looks like a Nissan GT. I'm gonna use the white painting since that's the one that the rival had. Okay, so now you're supposed to get first place. That could be an issue. I keep thinking that the drifting sound is a crowd cheering. No, we don't have a crowd here. Will be nice, but we don't. We are by ourselves. Yeah, the wheels screeching like that can sound like a lot of things. It's a very distinct sound. But as distinct as it is, it can be interpreted as many other things. Close. Well, this car, though the problem is that, as I say, I cannot tell if the maximum speed is something that depends on the track or not, because right now I reach 135 miles per hour. So that's the fastest that I reached so far, but maybe it's an exclusive of this track. How will I know? I don't know. Oh, okay. I see what this car has as a gimmick. Drifting with this car is pretty much a suicide. That's what this car's gimmick is. Like, it's very good in everything else, but the moment you start drifting, good luck with that. I didn't even drift there. Boom. Boom, to you too, nice. We got a combo going on there. pretty cool. Pretty funny. No crashing at all, huh? We're being very careful. Oof. I certainly am not being very careful right now. But that's fine. Yeah, okay, so you not only drift by yourself by pressing the brakes, but if you start steering a lot, eventually the car will drift by itself. And yeah, the drift is very exaggerated, which means that it's probably not gonna end well. Though so far I'll keep it. But I think that if we had to pick the best car, so far it will be the Roadster. But it feels like the Roadster is the perfect car. I don't know what Roadster is supposed to mimic though. But yeah, it does super well. Doesn't help that I should crash against a traffic light there, so as chaotic as the drift is, it doesn't help if you put more things in front of it. But it's fine. We are fine. Yeah, I remember this is the same track where I race against the truck. Wait, how do you pronounce those two words? They sound very similar, right? And one of them is track and the other one sounds like truck. They are very similar. Very, very similar. So I don't know if there is if I pronounce them properly or if there is a better way to differentiate them. You know, sometimes words are very hard after all. I did not see that car. I mean, considering that this is a place with bumps that go up and down, I'm not surprised with them. That's quite a jump scare. Oh, where are you going, bro? Are the buses bothering you? Actually, is buses the plural of bus? Or is the plural of bus just bus? Hard to tell. Like, there are so many little things in English that I don't know. Too many questions. There's not enough time. I need to win this. Well, and the lap is about to be over. Like, this should be done around the 6 minutes and a half mark. Maybe a little bit more than that. But yeah, around there. Ah, shit. Okay. The good thing is that as long as you stay on the very edge of the road, no one really should crash you. But at the same time, I'm not very comfortable in case someone tries to change its direction suddenly and I have nowhere to go. no place to dodge, right? Okay. That's a very comfortable first place. Oh, let's continue real quick. Just real quick. On to Country Chaos. You know what? I don't remember the name of the tracks. I did play this one, but if you ask me for the name, I just don't remember them at all. Ooh. That was close. I barely hit that guy, come on. God damn it. A very bad start. Without a doubt. Okay, that's a horrible start. Come on, dude, stop crashing. You're intended to overtake the other three guys. You're not gonna overtake anyone like this. They are already quite far, aren't they? Should this be a restart? Just that it's not like... I don't want to start wasting credits already, but this... no, this is not recoverable if I do it like this. Let me just restart before I keep wasting time. It's just that... It seems like dodging the traffic here didn't look particularly easy. Doesn't help that they throw a lot of smoke at you. Okay, I cannot do this corner right. I cannot avoid crashing. I simply cannot. Alright, that's fine. Need you to stop fooling around. It definitely doesn't help that there are a lot of places where... fuck you. What an asshole. There was nothing I could have done there. Okay, and I'm still last... Okay, that was bullshit. And you are seeing it right here. The third place was so far despite the fact that he crashed in the same place I did. But for some reason now he's at the other side of the track already. I feel that I shouldn't do restarts like this, but with so many crashes at the beginning, I'm definitely not going anywhere. So I kinda have to, you know? Seems more than necessary. Oh, accident. Okay, see, that's a better start. But it's still not over yet. The good thing is that when you are on the lead like this, when you crash, you can see them trying to pass you, except that most of the times they don't pass you. They just crash you, and you are seeing it. So it's not like they can get away with murder. They will crash, and you will see it, and they won't overtake. So that's the best thing you can do. But it makes, you know, taking the lead even more important than in other racing games, you know. That was so close. Could have easily ended in a crash. Going a little bit too slow right now. But understandable since it's an uphill, but lower than I should. And this is where the lap changes, right? Right here. Should be. Yeah, it is. Okay. So At least the good thing is that I have the lead right now, and in the case of an accident, they should not be able to overtake me easily, and even if they do, I should have a natural advantage. Don't know how long it's gonna last though. I guess resetting was the right call. The bad part is that I don't know what the last race is, and depending on what it is, it will be pretty hard to, you know. So wait, hold on. Is the boost gauge of every car something that behaves differently? This car right now is not really periodically losing boost, like it happened with the first car. That's weird. I was not expecting that to be the case. I guess it will. I don't particularly mind. I mean, for now, as long as I keep the lead, I cannot be concerned by things like boost and whatnot. I am afraid of the final track, especially if the final track is the same final track as the final, as I'm saying final too much, as the previous championship. If it's that one and that bug happens again, I don't have too many attempts to tank it. Hopefully everything goes right. I hope. No. That was a crazy final second movement, but unfortunately I got overtaken. I'm surprised it didn't happen earlier though. Come on. I can't believe that these assholes crashed. Caused me to crash. At least he's still behind me now. So, where are you going, dude? Hey, I was about to say, I'm surprised that they. Oh, that sucks. That actually sucks. Well, I'm still first, but the point is that I'm surprised that they didn't overtake me a lot earlier considering how slow I was going, so I'm assuming that when they don't overtake despite your shit speed, it's because they are having accidents behind you. Because otherwise they should easily be right on your tail, and they aren't. Race is out to be over. So hang in there. Nice. Good. Shame that I only have 2 attempts to do the final race, so that can cost me. But it's gonna be fine, don't worry about it. I'm just worrying unnecessarily, okay? We got this. Sunset River. Unfortunately, I don't remember the name of the track. So if this one, okay, is it? I don't know. It isn't, right? Or is it that one but in reverse? I think yeah, it is that one but in reverse. Well, considering the fact that it's in reverse, maybe we are lucky that it's not considered the same track, which means that the bug is not gonna happen. That feels like a lot of wishful thinking, but I think we should be fine, right? My opponents are certainly not fine. I want to be optimistic and think that the bug ain't gonna happen. But yeah, this is the exact same track as that one, but in reverse. Or, well, I don't know if this is the reverse version or the other one is the reverse version. Hard to tell. Hello? Okay. these guys cannot help getting into accidents. Yeah, it's just like I can. Except that there I had the excuse of it being a crossroad. Unfortunately, one of the guys was able to overtake. Well, not by much. He's struggling now. Oh, I'm struggling now. Okay, that's a roundabout. Huh. No, these guys are definitely struggling. And this one is the infamous corner that I get cheated on every time. So hopefully it doesn't happen here. I'll pray that it doesn't. Now the problem is that the next championship that is supposed to be one of those that, well, it's not a championship, it's a single track that compiles like 3 different tracks. I really hope that they don't use this track. But considering that the previous compilation already used it, I guess I have the hope that they are not gonna use it again. It's just that it's hard to tell how many tracks there are in the game. But I mean, you can just go to single race or survival and just look at that. It's whatever. Deep shit. Well, I feel like if I hadn't gotten into an accident there, it would be the crossroad that would have gotten me, so I don't think it changed much. Now, my question is, because theoretically the next Grand Prix is the last one, but I wonder if there's gonna be like a super secret thing that only gets unlocked at the end. Hard to tell. You know that a lot of these games love to do that. You think that you're about to be done and all of a sudden, whoop, secret championship, secret challenge. I don't think it is gonna be the case, especially with how rustic the UI is. But you never know until you see it, so for now, I mean, I hope there isn't any new secret things simply so I am able to beat everything today, so I don't need to leave it for some other stream, right? But well, gonna be hard to tell. Close. Almost hit the middle. Would have been pretty bad. Come on. That's a problem because the other guys just pass like it's nothing. Well, I'm not the only one that passed. Damn it, dude. So I didn't see the other guy pass. Maybe he got back. No, he is there. I was gonna say maybe he got back, but no, it's simply that I didn't see him. Ooh, okay, the fact that that didn't count as a crash was a miracle. Because it should have counted as one, but hey, I'm not complaining, obviously. Certainly not. Hello there. A little bit nervous right now, knowing that everyone is so close. Okay, I can use the boost. But yeah, that was a very bad place to do a corner like that. Oh, that was extremely lucky. Jesus. That was right at the end. A crash on that intersection would have been terrible. Okay, Nice. We got it. So I guess onto the... Well, this should unlock another face-off, I believe. We will see. Yeah, face-off and the USA Marathon. So, first of all, we go to the face-off. Yeah, with this same car. It's supposed to be the last face-off against a fucking bus. Nice. Pretty cool. So yeah, I guess just like the Tau track, this is supposed to be a show car that, you know. Oh, and it's gonna happen on this track. At least at this point in the game, I'm so familiar with this shit that I shouldn't have any issues, you know, going around it. The only problem is if he gets bugged, which could easily happen. Just hope it doesn't. Yeah, maybe this thing is too big to bug, but he got into an accident. So yeah, I don't understand what's the point of these vehicles, because they are obviously slower than any other car, but they are not more resistant. So I know that they are in their own category, they are called special, but yeah, I guess they are show cars and that's it. There really is no reason to pick either of them if your idea is to win, you know. You don't have any reason to. So far I don't see the bus. Well, the bus that, by the way, is the same type of bus as the ones that you see in the traffic. I thought it was a special model, but I think it's the exact same one. But he's there. Honestly, at this point, I'm pretty sure that all the face-off behave the exact same, so as long as you don't have accidents, you shouldn't worry about losing. That was crazy. That was such a good dodge. That was an insane dodge. I just cannot believe how good it was. Absolutely fantastic. Now, are you gonna get bugged here, Mr. Bus? Are you gonna suddenly get into first place for no reason? No? Not yet, at least. There is still one more lap where it could happen, but it seems that for the time being we should be fine. Should be. Yeah, this should be more than fine. Well, knowing that this is the final car that you unlock, I think that I can still confidently claim that the best car in the game is the Roadster. As much as this one that I'm using right now does relatively well, I still think that it could do better. The Roadster definitely feels like it has better handling. Yeah, this one is also good, don't get me wrong. I mean, at this point, seeing the 135 miles per hour consistently, I think it's safe to say that this one is faster than the other cars. Also, I was able to avoid that bus because of braking. I'm actually dodging very, very well right now. Surprise. These are some very smooth dodges. Yeah, see, that one was not a smooth dodge whatsoever. Don't worry about it. Doesn't seem to matter. This guy is still in second place, so the bug didn't seem like it happened. we are fine. No, that's... I realized what I was doing when it was too late. You're not supposed to go through the middle right there. At least Mr. Bus is still behind me, so... As long as I don't get an accident in the final road, I should be more than fine. So, a lot of buses here too. The one that matters is behind me, well, might not be behind me right now. I mean, he's still behind me. But... another mistake and he won't. Another mistake and he will no longer. Well, he made a mistake himself, so I guess it's fine. Okay. I was free. So we unlock a bus that I'm most likely not gonna use, but hey, pretty nice to have it, I guess. I mean, why not, right? Why would I not have it? Well, let me see, what is it? No, I mean, I know it's a bus, but I mean, how does it do? It obviously counts as a special. Look, I'm gonna use it simply to use it and see how it is, but I'm most likely not gonna win this with this thing. Oh, that looks like a mess. I mean, it's a marathon type race, so it's the combination of multiple tracks, but then... So... surely this bus is gonna go very far. This is the actual place where USA is mentioned explicitly, because, you know, the Euro one, even though you clearly know that it's talking about Europe, you could still think of, I mean, you could still say that it could reference something else, but I think USA is very specific, right? This thing is not gonna go anywhere. You can already tell that the speed is trash, and so is the handling. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the Tau track and this thing were the exact same. Differently, like the only different thing they have is the model, but like gameplay-wise they might be the same. Okay, in that case, let's just use the Saloon GT. And well, let's see how it goes. If this fails, because it's possible that this attempt could fail, I'm switching to the Roadster. The Roadster has not disappointed me a single time. In fact, maybe it happened, but did I even lose a single race using the Roadster? Probably, but I don't remember which one, if that was the case. Yeah, I have no clue. Thankfully, this track does not include the sections of the one track with the bug. Though, you know, it really tempts me to look at the VOD in those places that I think that the bug happened and see if it was actually a bug or if I somehow was distracted enough that I didn't know that I was far behind. But I cannot be that dumb, like, it had to be a bug. I choose to believe that at least. Oh. Are you kidding me? I'm the only one that got into an accident. God damn it. least the first place is comfortably close for now. Oh, nice taking a shortcut there, Mr. Truck. Ah, fuck off. Give me the blind corner, bitch. Oh, that's a problem, guys. Well, the first place is still in my sight, so not a problem yet. Might be at some point, but not yet. So now that I think about it, you know how this is supposed to be called the USA Tour? Yeah, I can definitely see this place being a suburban USA location. Like with the random houses, one next to the other, like that. Definitely looks like suburban USA. Nice. Okay, that guy crashed. I don't have to worry about it. So it's insane the amount of shortcuts that you can take in a track like this. Oh shit, okay, that's fine. Now the question is, how long is a lap here, guys? In the previous one of this, a lap was 4 minutes and something. How long are we gonna see it here? I mean, it most likely will be the same, but it could also be longer. It will easily be longer than it. Fuck. I try braking to no avail. It's also important to know what will be the final section of the lap to make sure you don't get into an accident by then. Hello. Am I gonna run out of time? I mean, the checkpoint is there, but I didn't run out of time. And that wasn't the final checkpoint either, so this might be longer than the first tour, actually. That will be a problem. Also, why is that guy so fast? Looks to me like you're going way too fast, but now you're not going fast, and neither is that guy. You get what you deserve, mister. Yeah, and that's still not enough, so it's gonna be longer than 5 minutes. No way. And this has the potential to be an extremely big pain in the ass. Without a doubt. Nice driving, moron. You too. Alright. I think that... Oh, fuck. That's karma. That's what we call karma there. So the end of the lap should be around here, right? That was weird. Really, I was in a losing position there. I mean, I gotta assume that it's around here that the end of the lap is gonna be, because this is the first section, but it's still going. So this is significantly longer than the previous track of this same type. Now this is probably gonna, at this rate, unless the next checkpoint is the last one, this is shaping up to be like a 20 no, I think this is the last checkpoint. It is. Okay, so that's like 20 minutes, right? That's fucked up. It seems to be around 20 minutes of total race time, which means that if you lose, we'll have to redo a lot. Now, of course, we don't have to think about losing. The idea is to be optimistic, but it seems very like a very messed up scenario, without a doubt. Well, for now, I'm gonna think happy things. We should be fine though. That's the thing. We are so extremely far from the end of the race that anything that happens right now is completely worthless. Like, this is all filler. None of this matters. It will only matter when we get close to the finish line. That will be the end of it. Well, at least this will be quite a fitting end for the game. I don't think that, well, you could probably make it harder than this by combining every single track all together, but I don't think that's supposed to happen if half of the tracks take place in the USA and the other half take place in Europe. Like that wouldn't be possible. Like, unless you take a plane in the middle of the race, I'm afraid that ain't happening. Nice. I really like the way that sun looks like. Ooh, oh wow, what a drift. That was a fantastic drift. Holy shit. I guess when the corner is wide enough, a car like this does very, very well with drift. Oh, that's a shame. And the other guy being so close, like, come on, dude. You don't even believe that. Lay off the rubber banding, mister. You're under arrest for rubber banding. You're driving surprisingly well. That's bad for me, you know. No, I am not. I remember that it's only when you get into the city that is where the end of the lap draws closer. Okay. And this guy is behind me, really, dude. Come on. Stop lying, mister. There is no way you can be this close to me. Absolutely zero way, especially knowing that there is no car faster than this one. Oh, the third place is there then, that's pretty cool. You can sit on the other side of the road, above the bridge. It's a pretty cool detail. Wasn't a very smart decision, but it's fine. Nice. Drift. Also good drift. And this is gonna be... Oh, I didn't know that that counted as an obstacle. I mean, I assume it was an obstacle every time I went through it. I always try to avoid it. But I thought it was mostly like, you know, crates pile up all together that you could simply drive through. But no, that's not the way it works. Then fuck that crossroad. Come on, dude, this is the final lap. You shouldn't be doing this stuff. Well, it's only the beginning of the final lap, so you have time to screw up, but you shouldn't. It's not a good practice. And that was so fun. I tried to go in between that, and I couldn't. Now the first place, God knows where he is. Oh, okay, he's not that far. But he's still there, right? Like, he's at the first place, and that's not something that I can allow. I need to be the first place here. Obviously. Oh. I think that if I was closer to him, that would have counted as an accident. But it didn't. I'm still on the lead, and the second place doesn't seem to be that close yet, so let's keep this pace. And more importantly, in the section that comes here, remember to not do that if possible. But I meant to do these shortcuts. Yeah, it was the corner right before the first shortcut. Pretty fucked up. So pretty intense song to go with this. It is indeed pretty intense as it is. Fine, that's fine. More shortcuts. The nice thing is that it's 2 shortcuts in a row in both cases. Well, this one is kind of like 3 in a row. Okay, we're fine for now. I could have kept going to the left there, but I don't think there's much I could have done. Those type of vehicles are the absolute worst if your idea is to not get hit by them. Because I think whoever was close to me there actually got into an accident, thankfully. They are unfortunately getting a little bit too close for comfort, but I want to believe that I'm gonna be fine. I mean, they were also getting close in the previous lap, so it's not particularly a surprise. a bit of a time loss, but I think that's for now, it's fine. It is the place that connects straight to the city, so... The only problem here are the crossroads. Everything else should be fine. But I don't want to get too cocky. It will be fine. Same way it will not be fine. Okay. Crossroad. Okay. Somehow was able to survive that. And this should be very close to the end of the race, right? Is it? It is, right? Like after this corner it's over, I think. It is. Nice. Got him. And this time actually first trial. Okay. So the question is, did I beat the game? Or did I not? Is there more? Or do I crown myself as the champion here? Hard to tell. We will see. So, do I unlock anything or do you give me the credits? So you unlock free run twin, and the credits. That's pretty funny. Well, congratulations, you have completed Burnout. Well, in case there was any doubt, it tells you straight up that you beat the game. So hey, nice. Oh, and you get the devs. Nice. Just a group of like 20 guys. Pretty funny. I find it funny when the developers actually put themselves in the credits as in like the picture, right? And now that I think about it, Flat Out did the same thing, at least the first one. If you play the first Flat Out game, the credits also show the developers just like that. Unless these ones are not the developers and they are just random people they decided to put for no reason, but no, I gotta assume they are the devs. So hey, pretty nice. It was pretty cool. Though I gotta tell you something. The games that come after this one in the series are way better. Like, the Burnout is a series that has progressively gotten better with each release, so I like this game a lot, but it's very different from how chaotic the following games are. Like, this one was mostly about like traffic management, right? I mean, the other ones also have some of that, but it's less about trying to take down the other opponents. I mean, you can barely do that here. It's rather just avoiding accidents. So for that, it's pretty cool. You know, like it's a nice challenge. Because it really, for a moment, kind of felt like playing OutRun, where the whole point of OutRun is to dodge traffic and nothing else, right? Here there is a race in the middle, but at the end of the day, it's mostly dodging traffic. So yeah, that's that. And well, free run, I'm assuming you're just allowed to go wherever you please, and that's it, right? We can check just in case, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case. Also, oh, USA Marathon EEDS is the same thing, but in reverse. Let's say that we should go here. Like, we enter at the track and we can go reverse and whatnot. Oh, but this is not a free run. If there is a race, what's so free about this? I mean, isn't this the same as doing single race? I'm obviously not gonna run the marathon again, but it just seems to be... Oh, I get it, there is no traffic. So that kind of beats the purpose of the game, right? Like, with no traffic, there is barely any challenge to this game. As long as you don't end up crashing against the wall, obviously. But like, I mean, I guess it's nice if someone doesn't like the traffic at all, but... Like, half the point of the game is precisely the traffic. But wait, where is that mode though? It's in special. Okay, gotcha. But yeah, you have that in case you want it. But I personally don't. But hey, that was pretty nice. That was Burnout. So I guess if I manage to make it work without any technical difficulties, next time we can go for Burnout 2. You know, might as well. But yeah, thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream. So have a good one and take care.